Sorry, I may sound a little under the weather because I freaking was. I hate people who are sick. I hate being sick. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is, well, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, so I guess I should just hop into the one thing that I really do want to talk about, and that is reactions. I know it's huge. Doesn't everybody react? Isn't that like a common thing here? You know, you hop on YouTube, you see the original video, and then you see another person react to that video, and it's like, wow, ecosystem of YouTube, it works really well. Yeah, but that's not the whole thing. I mean, let's get one thing straight. When you react to something, it's very much like an expression of what you're doing towards that video, or expression of yourself. You know, it's kind of like personality driven. You know, that's what reactions are. And there's been a lot of controversy around that. Like for example, Jack's Films versus Sniper Wolf. There's that one, of course. There's the XQC, debate, and then there's a bunch of like backlash towards large streamers like Hassan, Pokimane, all those Karens that are on Twitch. Now, a lot of you guys may seem like, what does this even mean? Why are people getting so mad? Well, I can give you the perspective of a viewer, of a person who consumes content, and I can give you the perspective of someone who does content, which is not that good anyways, because it doesn't even matter. But let's just I'm gonna just give you the perspective of a viewer. First off, let's just get one thing straight. A lot of words are being thrown out here so that way they can muddy the waters. And honestly, it's very, very much disrespectful towards every creator around YouTube or Twitch or any live stream services or any video streaming services, right? It's very disrespectful because when we throw the word fair use, transformative, copyright, DMCA, a lot of these things can kind of just, how would I say it? Almost disturb the peace. Fair use and transformative are very, very vague in the eyes of the law. You can ask a Google, hey, what does transformative mean? And you can ask a lawyer, what does transformative mean? And they'll tell you two different answers. You can ask Google, what does fair use mean? And you can ask a college professor who has been studying copyright systems for all of his life and ask what fair use is, and they'll give you two different answers. I'm just saying that these two words are very, very vague in everything, in the whole entertainment era. So when I say this, I say it from a heavy heart. I say it from the bottom of my heart. Let's just not use those words. First off, XQC doesn't react. Let's just put that on the table. He doesn't react. But I do agree with his statement. I think if he wasn't the biggest, live streamer out there, then that means he must have been doing something. Like if he wasn't reacting the way he was supposed to react, then I guess he wouldn't be the biggest live streamer, if you kind of get what I'm trying to say. But what the thing is that we're not focused on his live streams. I think on his live streams, it's completely doable, right? I think this is honestly something that should happen, or I don't really think it should happen, but it's bound to happen more per se. Like it's something inevitable that streamers are just going to react to videos instead of like playing games, talking or chatting, or I guess like another thing is like, doing something that has progress in it. Like for example, I don't know, like I get like playing Final Fantasy VII. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, if you're halfway into the story and someone jumps in, people are gonna be like, "What the hell am I playing?" Or even better, let's say you're playing Call of Duty the campaign, right? And let's say you jump in on the mission No Russian, right? It's a good mission. It's a mission that everybody recognizes by heart if you're a Call of Duty fan, right? Let's say you jump in during that session. You wouldn't know what happened before. You would just see Makarov and you killing a whole bunch of innocent people. It wouldn't make any sense to to you. And then on top of that, everybody else who was here before the No Russian, they would be like, "Oh, this is like, of course this would happen." But to you, you'd be like, "What the hell? Why is this happening?" When you watch a video on a live stream, it's like, "Oh, I don't know what the video is, but there goes the title. There goes the YouTuber, and I'm halfway through the video, so I'll watch it halfway. And if anything, I could just go back to the YouTube video and watch the first half. It's easier to just do that than to just play video games. It's a way to garner attention on your live streams. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is YouTube videos, which is very, very much different. Because if you watch YouTube videos, they're basically, if you watch, well, hold on, let me be more specific. If you watch XQC's YouTube videos, they're very much copying what other people, well, I would say not what other people, but what the, you know, video is about. It's like only a minute. It only adds like a minute of content, 10 minutes of content. You know, like let's say the video is 10 minutes long and XQC would re-upload it and be like 11 minutes long. That's not fair to the original video. That's not fair to the original creator. That is almost like kind of like disrespecting them in a way. That's almost kind of like saying like, ah, whatever, go fuck yourself. It's like they put hard work, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into that whole creation, and you just came in here said, "Cool video. Let me watch it, and let me only put an input for a minute." And that's what happens, and that's not cool. And the only reason why I think people are even getting mad at XQC is because of the implications that it has. I mean, these are very severe implications. A lot of you guys may not know this, but companies are very much money hungry. If you didn't know that, I'm glad to inform you this. But freaking companies out here, they want money. The only thing that they want is money. I mean, just look at Disney. They literally do not care about supporting their writers because they want money. Look at the people who run Rockstar. They legit said it is commercially accurate to put the port for Red Dead Redemption at $50. It's so retarded. That is so dumb. Honestly, it's one of the dumbest things ever, and I hate Rockstar for that. I even hate any game that makes me want to pay just to play an old game, even though it's a good game, even though it's a game with much deserved respect. It is a game that I'm not going to pay $50 for just to play on a Nintendo 3DS just to get 30 FPS on it. Like, no, fuck you, and no. So what do we do in this situation? Well, it's for this example that I really wanted to say is that X2C, to me, I feel like he's just being warned. He isn't really being like people aren't getting angry at him, or I'd say Twitter is blowing it up to say we're getting angry at him. But really, I think the people who are on YouTube or the people that are constantly debating about this, were warning him, or basically they are warning him because first off, what he does, when he reacts, it's like okay, you can react to YouTube videos because they're in fair use. But let's say he does anime, or I'm pretty sure he has done animes, he has done movies, right? For that reason, companies are going to really want to kind of like sue him because of that. They are really going to want to, take some of that action, take some of that money that he's getting from watching these videos. And honestly, it's going to cause a lot of trouble for him. And so I think in most cases, it's a warning towards XQC and not a almost like a XQC is bad. He's a degenerate and he should be put down in jail. No, it's just like watch yourself because next thing you know, fair use and transformative, these two vague ass words that really come into the entertainment is going to legit be used in law and everybody's going to be muddy. It's going to be in muddy waters. No one's going to know who's friend or foe. Everybody's just going to be on their own, and that's not what we want, right? Let's leave fair use and transformative as vague as they are, so that way we can continue to make the content that we love to make. For that, that's where I leave off, and I hope XQC becomes, a lot more aware of his situation. I do like the guy. I mean, well, I don't really like the guy. I think I've seen like a couple of his clips, but whatever. I think the guy, he's the biggest live streamer. If he wasn't the biggest, then that means, he wasn't doing something right, but he clearly is, and that's pretty much it. So, peace.